Hi, I'm Jeff from Archival Arts. If you're watching this video, we've set up a free private gallery for you on MarylandArtGalleries.com so you can place orders, download files, and organize the gallery of images we've scanned for you at Archival Arts. Keep in mind this is a free account and is only meant for you to use. We ask that you avoid sharing your username or password. There's no obligation to use the ordering system, but we encourage you to try it out. It has some great tools. Just to be crystal clear, only art that's been scanned on our high-end Phase 1 camera or better light camera and proofed will be allowed on the site. Digital camera shots and files not created for large prints will not be included. If you have files you want to include, they must be approved by Maryland Art Galleries. We will have very strict guidelines for inclusion. What makes this website unique is the ability to order prints any size without losing quality. So now that you've had your new gallery, let's take a look at how to access it and use the tools. Here we are on my Mac. I'm just going to run through everything really fast. You can kind of stop, go back, and check out what I said. So, since we sent you this email, you want to create your password on MarylandArtGalleries.com, and then you can access the gallery that we made for you. So all you have to do is put in the email that we've been conversing back and forth with, and go ahead and choose a password. Just 8 characters, doesn't need to be capitals or anything crazy. As long as it's 8 characters, you're good. And hit reset. When it resets, for you, it should say that it should either log you in or it might say that it's been updated. If nothing happens just like this, just go ahead and go to the login, put your login information in, and submit. And you're good. You should be able to get into your account then. If you don't get into your account, if there's some problem, send us an email, give us a call, and we'll fix it up for you as soon as possible. I'm going to go through these 4 tabs real quick. First page, pretty self-explanatory. Just make sure all the information here is accurate. You don't really need to fill in too much of this if you don't want to right now, unless you're going to place orders soon. I would say right now you might want to wait a couple weeks to start placing orders through here until everybody's kind of comfortable with this. If you really want to place an order, we will get the order. It will actually create a QuickBooks order for us, and we'll go ahead and do it. But I would wait a little bit until everybody's up and running. So the markup percentage here, you can keep that blank right now. That's for the public side. The about, that's for your bio for the public side. We're not going to be using that for a little bit. We'll have lots more information about that coming in the future. You can just keep those blank. If you make any changes, go ahead and hit update. Second tab here is your orders. These orders are the orders that you place on this website. It doesn't have anything to do with our Archival Arts or anything that you've ordered through the shop at Archival Arts. It is specifically for Maryland Art Galleries, so you can keep track of your orders that you've placed on this website. Same thing with sales here. This allows you to keep track of the sales that were made on the public site. So you won't have anything on here if you're not on the public site. If you do end up paying to get on the public site and you sell something on there, that will show up here, and it'll show what art you sold and how much it sold for. And then the last tab here is the most important one. This is the really meat and potatoes of the website. This allows you to see your gallery of images that we scanned for you. This is basically everything that we've scanned and color proofed. There is nothing on here that has to do with digital camera shots, flatbed scans, any images that you may have given us from somewhere else. We don't have any of those images on here for you. We are just trying to make sure that everything on this site is super high quality and came from our Phase 1 camera, or from our, if it's older, it would be from our better light scanner that we used to have. We want to make sure that these images are super high quality on this website, so if somebody buys something, we can make it a really large print if they want to order that size. So let's go through backwards on this one. On the top here, you can change your cover photo. It tells you the pixel dimensions of this big photo. You can actually upload something that's not that proportion, and it'll just crop it for you. You can kind of mess around with that and see how that works. Also, if you want to have a picture of yourself on here for your profile image, you can do that. If you're going to use the public's site, this is the picture that's going to show up under Artist Archive. So if somebody in the public goes to this Artist Archive and they're looking for you, they can actually find you on that list and your picture will be there. This is kind of nice. You can actually view by these large images, these large thumbnails, or you can go by list. The list still has all the same information. It just kind of makes it a little nicer to deal with. And you can also sort by Z to A or A to Z, which is kind of nice too. And you can also search if there's a specific image that you know you're looking for, and you have lots of images in here. You can actually do a search for that in there. Let's go back to this view. So I'm going to work backwards here through these little icons. The delete button, if you go in here and you see any duplicates, or if there's any images on here that you want to get rid of, go ahead and just delete it. Just know that if you do delete that, we don't really have any way of knowing that you deleted that. So once you delete it, it's gone from this website. If you want to get it back, we would have to re-upload it for you, and you would have to request that. Under Edit Details, you can actually change any names. If we made any mistakes, or if you want to change a name, you can change it on here. We, again, won't see you make that change, but if you want to make changes here, you can do that. These little drop downs are actually for keywords, and it's really meant for if you're on the public gallery, if you're going to be selling images on the public gallery, these are your keywords that you choose. So this image is a portrait, so we can actually, it's not landscape, it's portrait, and it's not a square. So you can actually put that information in there, and it will help people actually search for your images. So if somebody comes in and they have specific space on their wall that's a square, they can actually just search for square images on the site, and if you have any square images, they'll show up. So again, if they're looking for portraits or landscape, they can do that. So that's basically what all these are. You can actually just choose any of these settings that pertain to the image. And I'm not going to go through all these, but you can kind of look through those. The size down here, we actually just put this on here so you can keep track of what size your originals are. If you know what size the original was, if that was like a 16 by 20, you can type that in there and keep track of that in your gallery here. The date at the bottom here is probably the date that we uploaded it to the website. And you can actually change this, and if you know what the date of your painting was painted or something like that, or the date that you started your edition or something, you can change that date to whatever you want. We're going to close this out. The download, in a nutshell, if you need to download an image that's 8 by 10, 300 dpi or smaller, you can do that on this window. I don't recommend downloading anything larger than that because we don't have any images that are larger than that on this site. All of the images that you see are created from your proof files, and they're 8 by 10, 300 dpi. You can actually type in 9 by 12 or bigger. I can actually type in 12 inches, but it will tell you that you're actually stretching the image larger than the 8 by 10. So that's why I don't recommend going any bigger than 10 inches on here. These are just kind of presets that I did for you. You can do, this is like standard size for art shows. A lot of art shows ask for 1920 pixels. Just click the download button. It'll download and we'll go right into your downloads folder. I'll show you that real quick. So that just downloaded that image. and you can see it's 1527 by 1920, and that's what we downloaded there. So 1080, that's like view on a television. I did the 6 by 8 so you can do like cards if you want to. The 8 by 10 size, you can use that. That's the largest size that'll be on here. You can use that for pretty much anything. Advertising, greeting cards that you need to print that size, that file will work for that. So that's that in a nutshell. And order prints, we're going to go through this real quick. If you click on order prints, you're going to go to the product page. These products are basically all the products that we offer at Archival Arts. And if you click on one of the products, it brings you to this page. And even though you clicked on the watercolor print, you can actually choose any media you want still. All these sizes here are proportional. So if your image was originally an 8 by 10, so it's giving you that proportion. And that works for every image on the website. If you have a 12 by 36 and you want to take that 36 inches up to 40, it will give you that proportion, the correct proportion, so there's no cropping or anything like that. So you can add a border. You can just type in the size, and you can see when you add that border, it changes over here, so you can see what it's doing. Mounting, you can mount to Sintra, which is like the plastic board, wood board, foam core. If you were to change to canvas, you'll notice that the foam core option isn't there. We don't recommend mounting to canvas to foam core, so you'll get the Sintra MDF and stretcher frames for canvas. You'll notice that if you do canvas on a stretcher, you will see the product down here, whatever product you chose. So right now we're on staples on sides, and you can see the staples on the sides in that image. But if we go to a white gallery wrap, it shows you that's what the white gallery wrap looks like, and the staples are on the back. If you want a solid color, you can actually choose any of the colors that the website picked for you from the image. That's kind of nice. It actually analyzes the image and gives you colors from that. Or you can click anywhere on the image and it will actually choose that color. See? As you drag around, it changes colors. So you can choose any of those colors for the side of your gallery wrap if you like. And that will give us that code on the order, and we'll actually do that for you. You can add a frame. Again, it shows you what the frame looks like when it's done. We only have one frame molding on here right now. We'll probably add more in the future, but you can actually kind of go through different colors. It's one molding, but with like 10 different colors. That actually looks really nice right there. You'll notice we ordered canvas here, and it's not giving us the option for a matte because you don't usually matte canvas, so that matte is actually grayed out. If we turn the frame off and change to watercolor paper, we can actually order a matte with a deckled edge, or if you order a matte with a deckled edge, it'll actually be floated. The deckled edge will be floated on top. If you turn off the torn edge and you do a matte, it would just be a standard matte that would be put on top. So lots of different options in here. Feel free to go through and try things out. If you see anything that doesn't work, feel free to let us know. Send an email or give us a call. Let's add to cart. It's been added to the cart. And once you add to the cart, you can go back up here and double check that everything is okay. If you want to add quantities, you can add quantities here. You can delete that if you don't want it anymore. Let's go to checkout. Really important, if you aren't able to get something that you wanted on the website, you can just type it in here and we will add that onto the invoice for you. this website is not going to charge you your credit card or anything right now. What it's going to do, it's going to send a request for this order. It's going to create a QuickBooks invoice for us. We're going to check it. We're going to add shipping depending on where it's going to. And then we're going to email you that QuickBooks invoice, and you can pay through the email as you do now. It's just the exact same system. This is just sending a request for the order that you wanted. So if you want to drop ship something, you can put your drop ship address at the top here, and then you put your address in here for billing. And then if you're drop shipping to a customer, you can put that in here. So that's pretty much everything. Submit order. That's going to send it to us. That one went through. And there you go. I hope you enjoy the new website, and we will be in touch soon to give you more information about the public side of Maryland Art Galleries. We just need to make sure everyone is comfortable with the free side, and then we'll launch the public galleries. Thanks so much for watching.